That shocking find, the bodies of 11 babies found in the ceiling.
To see these young bodies, it's a horrible experience.
Did you see the bodies?
I did. Well, witnessing this was terrible.
In the heart of Detroit's East Side, a shadowy specter loomed over the once bustling streets, a grim reminder of the city's darker past. Amidst the urban decay stood Cantrell Funeral Home, a place where whispers of horror mingled with the echoes of forgotten souls. The saga began with a shocking revelation: 11 infant bodies discovered concealed within the desolate corridors of Cantrell Funeral Home. Each tiny form, hidden away in the drop ceiling, bore silent witness to a past riddled with neglect and deception. As news of the macabre find spread, the community recoiled in disbelief. How could such a chilling secret remain hidden for so long? But for those familiar with Cantrell Funeral Home's checkered history, the discovery was a grim confirmation of long-standing suspicions. Bodies of 11 babies were found hidden at a former funeral home in Detroit on Friday after authorities received an anonymous letter leading them to the remains, police said. State inspectors had been to the Cantrell Funeral Home several times before, but this time was different. On August 29, they slipped on respirators and carried flashlights as they searched the shuttered business on Detroit's East Side, chasing a phone tip that corpses were hidden throughout the building. The power was off and the building dark as they combed the basement containing knee-deep trash with the smell of embalming chemicals hanging in the air. Upstairs, they found a stillborn body and the cremated remains of another on a desk. But they missed an even more shocking discovery: 11 fetuses stashed above the first-floor ceiling in an infant-sized casket and cardboard box hidden by insulation. Inspectors wouldn't find those for another 6 weeks when they returned October 12 with a detailed, though anonymous, letter guiding their search. The typed letter, addressed to a specific inspector at the Michigan Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs, was unsigned and in places ungrammatical, but its directions were clear. Go through sliding doors into the hallway, turn right, and you'll find a storage area, the letter said. Police are investigating after authorities found 9 badly decomposed bodies inside a box and 2 inside a casket, all hidden in a false ceiling at the former Cantrell Funeral Home, Detroit Police Lieutenant Brian Bowser told reporters.
Can you wrap up again just one more time what you found inside and how you were able to find what was inside the ceiling?
As I said, the inspectors from Lara located the boxes, or the one box and the casket, and they subsequently called 911. The police responded. They removed the box and the casket from the false ceiling, or the lowered ceiling, and they opened up, and obviously they discovered the remains.
And right now you're saying just 11 bodies and no more than the 11?
That's correct.
We have to find out what happened and why it happened, he said, adding that police were trying to contact Raymond Cantrell, the former owner of the funeral home. The discovery of 11 bodies of infants that were improperly stored at an abandoned funeral home left locals terrified, and now neighbors insist the site is haunted. Eerie images show caskets filled with flowers remaining at the funeral home in Detroit, Michigan, long after it has been abandoned, while another image shows the box of cremated remains of someone who has unfortunately been left behind. Ben James from Cambridge, England, captured pictures of the abandoned site that made headlines in the US after the decomposing bodies were discovered by police when they received an anonymous tip in 2018. The remains were found in a box and a coffin that were hidden in a drop ceiling between the first and second floors of the Cantrell Funeral Home, Lieutenant Brian Bowser of the Detroit Police Department said. He added that officers discovered 11 remains of infants, stillborns. Cantrell Funeral Home had once been a pillar of the neighborhood, its doors open to grieving families seeking solace. However, beneath the facade of compassion lay a sinister truth, a history marred by incompetence, negligence, and greed. Jamaica L. Joyce Boone, who was a manager at the funeral home for about a year until it shut down, claimed she did not know about the remains in the ceiling. She said, "This is horrific, and it's unethical. I don't understand how it happened or why it happened, and I'm just at a loss for words. That's not how the funeral industry operates."
And that isn't the only discovery that's been made. We just found out more remains have just been found down these steps in the basement. The remains of 2 people were found today and another 2 people just a couple days ago. Here in the basement, one of the workers was here this morning cleaning. He tells me he found the remains of one individual in a plastic bag in a plastic container over behind this shelf. And then way back there in the dark, in the corner, he found the remains of another person just thrown away like trash.
When he visited the building, Mr. James said he felt a very creepy and uncomfortable presence, with caskets and even cremated remains left behind, some dating back to 2000. After speaking to a person living nearby, then discovered that many real estate agents refused to even enter the premises due to many neighbors being convinced the building is now haunted by the spirits of the lost children whose bodies were stored there. Even though these images were taken after it was abandoned, there's still everything in there like caskets and embalming fluids, the 29-year-old said. What was crazy was that we found boxes of human cremains from the year 2000, which was amazing. The fact that the authorities have missed them. The litany of complaints against Cantrell Funeral Home painted a picture of a business spiraling into disarray long before its final closure. The legacy of misconduct ran deep, intertwining with tales of unlicensed embalmers and falsified records. A medical examiner is trying to determine the identities of the 10 decomposed fetuses and 1 infant found in the attic. Attempts also will be made to locate their families. Cantrell Funeral Home was shut down in April after decomposing embalmed bodies and other violations were discovered. The business also had its mortuary license suspended. Violations included 2 improperly stored bodies covered in what appeared to be mold and a 3rd body with unknown fluids covering the facial area. Inspections also turned up an unsanitary embalming room. The establishment also is operating with an expired prepaid funeral and cemetery sales registration. The state says money for prepaid funeral goods or services had not been deposited with an authorized escrow agent within 30 days of receipt. On August 28, an anonymous caller reported that more corpses were inside the shuttered business. The next day, inspectors discovered a stillborn corpse and a set of cremated remains on a table that was not there during the inspection in April, according to the state. Despite its closure and subsequent purchase by a new owner with aspirations of renewal, Cantrell Funeral Home remained a place of deep unease. Renovations, once a symbol of hope, became a descent into the unknown, a journey into the shadows of the past. The whole place was weird. It had a very weird smell and had a very weird feeling. I don't think the place will ever be sold because of its past and the fact it has a very weird atmosphere. We spoke to the neighbors, and they said that the real estate agents won't even go in there because they feel that it's haunted. Their very small remains, Detroit Police Lieutenant Brian Bowser said at the October 2018 news conference. He said police were working with the medical examiner's office to identify the bodies and notify family members. Jason Moon, a spokesman for the Michigan Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs, described the remains in a statement as decomposing bodies. The funeral home was closed because of alleged workplace violations and an ongoing state investigation. Meanwhile, police are investigating allegations that another Detroit funeral home mishandled hundreds of fetuses and infants' bodies and filed death certificates, falsely claiming that some of them had been buried, the Detroit Free Press reported. A lawsuit filed in Wayne County Circuit Court claims Perry Funeral Home, on Trumbull near Warren, stored the remains of stillborn and live birth babies in the Wayne State University School of Mortuary Science morgue for up to 3 years without trying to notify parents, some of whom wanted to donate the bodies for medical research, the Free Press report states. The lawsuit also alleges Perry fraudulently and deceptively billed Medicaid, the Detroit Medical Center, and the state of Michigan for funeral services and burials that weren't performed. Construction crews reported unsettling encounters, a sensation of being watched, unexplained whispers, and inexplicable cold drafts that defied logical explanation. Some claim to have seen fleeting apparitions darting through the dimly lit hallways, their presence leaving a lingering chill in their wake. The new owner's vision of transformation collided with the restless spirits of Cantrell Funeral Home. What began as a noble endeavor to revitalize the building soon morphed into a battle against unseen forces, an eerie struggle between the living and the dead. During a routine excavation of the basement, the earth seemed to yield its own grim secrets, the remains of forgotten souls. 2 individuals unearthed here, 2 more there, surfaced like grim reminders of the past's unresolved sorrows. Among the workers, whispers of spectral disturbances grew louder. Accounts of spectral encounters multiplied, a phantom touch on the shoulder, disembodied laughter echoing through empty rooms, and the unshakable feeling of being followed by unseen eyes. Cantrell Funeral Home's legacy cast a long shadow over the surrounding neighborhood, already plagued by crime and violence. Residents spoke in hushed tones of the building's cursed presence, a beacon for the restless dead and a magnet for malevolent energies. For those living nearby, the abandoned funeral home became a cautionary tale, a stark reminder of the city's darker underbelly. Its corridors, once filled with mourners, now echoed with the whispers of those long departed, their voices a lament for justice denied. As renovations progressed, the new owner's resolve wavered under the weight of spectral unrest. The building, once destined for renewal, became a battleground for forces beyond comprehension. Yet, amidst the turmoil, a glimmer of hope emerged. With each layer of decay peeled away, a new narrative unfolded, a story of resilience and community spirit. The new owner's commitment to repurpose Cantrell Funeral Home into a community center stood as a testament to human resolve, a bold step towards exorcising the building's haunted past. Today, Cantrell Funeral Home stands as a symbol of Detroit's resilience, a beacon of renewal amidst a landscape scarred by history. Yet, for those who dare to delve into its shadowy corridors, the echoes of dread linger, a stark reminder that some secrets are best left undisturbed, buried deep within the annals of memory. As the city continues its journey of rebirth, Cantrell Funeral Home remains a cautionary tale, a haunting testament to the enduring legacy of neglect and despair. Its story, etched into the city's consciousness, serves as a poignant reminder of the fine line between life and death, hope and despair. So that's it for this video. We hope you're enjoying this creepy video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. If you liked the video, don't forget to give today's video thumbs up. We'll see you right back here for another creepy video.